Everybody, welcome to PixelHangover.com, and we are on episode 13 of our Trials Evolution user tracks. Cruising right along. Today we have some awesome tracks, another selection of 6. First one is called Helping Hand, and as you can see, there is a wizard, and he pauses the action. He, however, does not help you when you screw up. He pauses the action, and his hand comes in, and we did the beginning here twice, probably a good thing. So he's paused the action, and he uses a little magic wand, and he gets you going. He fixes things. Now, I will say, while this is an awesome concept, and I really like it, pausing the action right in the middle can be a little tricky. This was, as you can see, I believe my 4th attempt at this part. You can see by my redos there, I edited them out because it was painful. So, but it's very cool concept right there. Love it. Little juice to get you past that part of the label. Of the label. Sorry, I work with labels as a career, so that's why that came in there. We have a crash. This is the I think we see 2 or 3 UFOs in the tracks today. Here's the first. Be very careful if you get this. If you download this track, if this thing touches the top area or the bottom, or barely even touches the ground here, it blows up. As you can see, it never truly touches. I like this right here. You get an explosion from the background, and then a missile on in. That's very cool. I think I have to do this one twice, because once again, Wizard didn't help me with my skills. Seems to would be a, on some of these trials levels, I wouldn't mind a Wizard that helped with skills, but no go. I just thought this was such a unique, cool concept that I have not seen yet. This is another area that gave me trouble for some reason. I went through it no problem the first time. Couldn't pull it off until about my 6th or 7th try here. And even that's ugly, let's be honest. I don't know what happened there. But if I miss the title, which I may have, it's called A Helping Hand. And it's like I said, it's worth a try because it's just a cool thing to have on your hard drive. Or wherever you download it to. I download to a USB stick and I have tons of tracks on there. As you can see, almost every one of these I get screwed up. That stop really screws up. Now, I don't know how he figured this out, so it falls. I think that's pretty cool. It falls, so you get a ramp every time, it seems. So that's a well-designed area. And this right here, I think, serves no purpose other than to just slow you down a little bit. This right here is probably my favorite part. I think it's very cool. It puts a little halo, and so now you can go ahead and ride on water. I think that's pretty cool. And that's where we end. So definitely worth a download, and then you get a little dance at the end. So any level that you complete and a wizard dances for you, I think that's pretty much Hall of Fame material. This one, oh my god, it's called Avalanche, and you can see why, and it's just freaking awesome. It's very simple. I have not seen anything like this on Track Central. I sped this up. I think it's twice as fast as normal, just because this was on for a minute and a half, but I cannot describe to you how awesome this feels. You really, truly feel like you're riding a wave down this mountain, and it's so cool. The key is to try to ride it enough to pop up above things in there. I get so close. A couple of times. There's one time where I get all the way down there and do an amazing flip at the end, and I screw it up at the very last second. I do eventually get this to work, and we'll see it through. But it's got such a cool feel to it, and I think it's one of those things you gotta go download it just to experience it. It's one of those ones that if you have a really good run, you can probably get to the top of the leaderboard real quick. But it just feels like I'm in the middle of a wave, or an avalanche, I suppose, as it's named. And right there, see him getting on top, and this is real close. That was a great right there. That is a great. Watch this thing right here. Flip, land it, and oh, my bike just explodes. So close. So I knew I was getting close. I kept at it, but even in 2 times the speed, it's got a cool feel to it. Well designed, something different. This is at this point in the game, I think having tracks that do something different or are creative like this is what I'm looking for. There we go. I think we have a winner. Got to avoid that one last tire. And then be careful here. You don't want to screw up this ascent here. And I don't know what that monster truck is, but that's how I felt after that too. So awesome. It's called Avalanche. Big Country 10. This would be the 3rd Big Country we have featured. We've done 7, 9, and now 10. This might be my favorite. This one flows real well, and I almost have a perfect run. Except for I get hung up on some weird connection between stones, you'll see. But yeah, this is, we have done, like I said, 3 of the big countries. I just really enjoy them. They're right up my alley. I love fast, I love big jumps, I love these outdoors. And while I appreciate the technical ones, and they're tons of fun too, this right here is something that we couldn't have done in the Trials HD. So I really enjoy the well-designed ones, and there's nothing done gravity-wise. Right here, watch this. What? Really? So that was my fault. I think the only one. But nothing's being done gravity-wise. We did hear from the creator on, I think, 7. His name is Citrozzip. If you want to do a search for him, or just do Big Country, and you'll probably get all of them. As you can see, they're just fun. They're all balls out, trigger down, throttle down, I should say, and just go. And if you hit the jumps right, if you get yourself a good launch, it definitely pays off, as you can see here. And I believe this one looks like it went from a rainy day to kind of like almost like the sun's starting to peek up. I think it's kind of cool. As you can see, you probably hear that I've got my throttle down pretty much the whole time. That's not normally what I do. Normally, when you're going down hills, it's best not to throttle. It actually slows you down a little bit in some cases. But these downhills aren't that massive, so I found that pulling the trigger and just letting her go was the way to go. So here we go, and we're done. And the first time I did this, I actually went down and just exploded, and I thought that would have been cool. And this time, nothing. Just a plop, but Big Country, awesome stuff. Scenic Route, traditional, fun. Love the color palette that he went with. Kind of a almost old film style, I'd say, something in that range. But it definitely is a cool feel, and I it reminds me of one of the early tracks in the actual game, and I think that's pretty cool. I think he did a really good job. Simple, but yet fun, and that's really the kind of tracks that we go for. I'm not going to sit here and do the extreme ones, and I can't stand. I can appreciate people who do it and the people that design them and think, I can tackle that, but that's just not me. I want to have fun with the game. And these are better for this type of videos that we're trying to do. If I want to pack 6 in or 5 or 6 tracks, I can't be spending 25 minutes on one. And there we go, simple, no faults, fun. That's how we like it. All right, Final Done Cool is our next one. Another one that here's our spaceships everywhere, UFOs. This one, while fun, definitely was more of, you could tell, maybe it's the first one of the early tracks. He just kind of put everything everywhere. Everything's floating, but it got some cool things. I like that right there. Not everything lines up perfectly, and this part baffled me. You going through a bunch of water there, and then for some reason, as you'll see here, this really threw me off. I think if I was using the bike right before this, I always get mixed up as Phoenix or Scorpion. This is the faster one, Scorpion. If I hadn't been using this bike, I wouldn't get that extra oomph I'm getting at the end there, and I probably would have cleared this first try or second try at most. That water really threw me off because I want to get going, and you can't throttle hard right away. The key is to hit this monster truck with both wheels to begin with, right? Then you can bounce off. I do. It's just not good. I typically cut this stuff out, but sometimes it's good to know that this is the part that I struggle with. Oh, I should have kept flipping backwards there. Did not make the right call. There we go. Exactly what I was talking about, and I still almost screwed it up. So, yeah, like I said, I don't know what's going on. Let's get some floating cars that come in here, and this is not good. You do not want to hit the blade with the back of your tire. Got some floating cars here doing their thing, and I think I'll mess this up, and then maybe get the second turn. So just kind of almost like a Crazy Dream feel. I think you could have maybe put this on the clouds. That would have been kind of cool. real simple. And then at the end here, we flipped over the bar. And there we go. It's called Final Done Cool. All 3 different words. And I'll have all the details in the show notes. Here we go. This is our 6th and final one for the week. We're going to showcase something we normally don't do. This is a Supercross. So you can download this and play with 3 friends. And it's one of the funner Supercross ones I've seen. It's definitely a lot of thought put into it. And it's long. I think that's the key to this one. You don't normally see Supercrosses this long. With only a couple of sticky points, or areas I should say. That might be a river. I'm not quite sure. This right here, you got to hit it right. It's not too hard, but you just got to make sure you hit it. I try to hit it full steam. And that actually helped. Get that bump. There you go. Good checkpoint right there. And this can be a little tricky. Once again, I think I might be using a too fast of a bike. And that is a common mistake by me on a lot of the tracks that I pick. Because, you know, your thought process would be, well, the faster the better, right? Well, not necessarily. Not always the case. So, but yeah, very well done for that. This part kind of gets me too. I hit that a bit to bad. Thought I saved it, and I screwed up on the easiest part, and then ate it pretty hard. So, if you haven't checked out Supercross, if you're didn't really know what that is, man, jump online. It's fun stuff. There's nothing like it. It reminds me of the old Excite Bike days. In those days, I don't remember if there were 2 players, but we definitely held it, handed off a controller. So some sticky parts here, obviously. I will. In this one, I was kind of like, all the way back here. So, but I will admit that I didn't have the greatest run here to begin with. But I think I pulled this one out here. I'm a little out of control, but like I said, if you pick the Phoenix, I think this is the Scorpion, right? Whatever the second fastest bike is, not counting the micro, is the one you'd want to pick, I think, for this track. I can see 4 people doing this. It'd be kind of fun. But yeah, as you can see, it's longer for this type of Supercross. So I'm going to let this finish out here. We're just about done. So thank you for checking things out. We appreciate it. We have 12 other episodes that you can get to by hitting the link in the top left. And eventually, when we have our 14th, you're going to have a link in the top right. But yeah, check things out, pixelhangover.com. Tons of videos over there. Lots of Borderlands 2 stuff if you're into that. Some fun stuff, so you might want to check it out. So we appreciate the download and the views. Hope to see you again soon.